Here is our equation for the day. 3 5/10 multiplied by 80.
Ooh. Ah.
Raise your hand if you have an answer.
Oh, I don't actually have an answer
Ian?
yet. 3.2500.
3 and
25.
25 hundredths. Aiden?
360.
Wyatt?
434.
280.
Okay, any others? Okay, let's talk about strategy. Before we talk about strategy, I want to take a moment. What do you notice about this problem? Everybody can be successful with the I notice. You don't have to give me an answer, but what do you notice? Maddie?
That I do want to share my
Strategy?
strategy
Okay,
too,
we will.
but
But what do you notice? We're going to do this first.
I noticed that when I noticed that 35 times 80 will get you somewhere around the 200 stage.
Okay. What else do you notice? Nana?
I noticed that when you're multiplying a decimal against a whole number.
Okay, we're multiplying a decimal by a whole number. Aiden?
Since you're multiplying by 10, you could simplify the problem so it would be 35 times 8.
Okay, we'll talk about that in our strategy.
I noticed something, but it also kind of goes into my strategy, but I'm not going to explain my strategy. You can do that to 35, and you can break the 8 up into 10s, and then you can just always do that.
Okay, let's talk about strategy. I know you guys are loving it. All right. Emily.
So I changed my 3 5/10 into 35 and turned my 80 into an 8.
Feeling ready to finish? Okay. So, how did you...
I times it by 10.
Okay.
And then I got that 10 and I got 35, and I took that 10 from the 80 and turned the 80 into an 8.
Okay, so you did 80
Divided by 10.
divided by 10.
And then I got 8.
Okay.
And so I did area model, and I did 30 plus 5 times 8. And then I knew 3 times 8 was 24. And then I added my 0 on from the 30. And then I knew 8 times 5 is 40. And then I did 240 plus 40. And I got 280.
Anybody have questions for Emily?
Well, no, I want to explain my strategy.
How did you know to put a 0 on here?
Because it's 30 and it's a 10. It's in the 10th place, so I add my 0 on.
So you know 3 groups of 8 is 24, so 30 groups of 8 must be 240. All right. Rhea.
Wouldn't you have to, on Emily's, wouldn't you have to divide back by 10 because she multiplied by 10 to get 30?
She did.
She did, by the 80
I did,
divided by
but
10.
the 80 divided by 10, and I put that 10 on the 35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so We see it right here.
She did exactly what I did.
But wouldn't
Is
you?
that what you did, Marius?
That's
what I
exactly what went in my head.
But I have a
I'm
question.
just realizing that right
I
now.
have a question though. I have a question.
Yes.
Wouldn't you have to divide it back by 10? Because you have to multiply it up by 10. Wouldn't you have to divide it to get 28 and you just get 28?
But I already did.
How?
I did the 35 and then 3.5 and I times it by 10. And I got 30. Well, I got that 10 from the 80 and I added it on the 35.
Well, she multiplied this by 10. She divided this by 10.
So I got my 10.
So, do you think, boys and girls, do you think that works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
one way to
yes.
try out is to, when you do your number writing, see if it works on another problem. I mean, it could be like that. All right, Marius, what do you want to say?
All right. I got that same answer, and I did pretty much almost like what she did, but
Yeah.
I did a little different.
Okay.
Okay, so I saw the 5 and the 3, so I times 5 by 8. When I took off the 0 from 80 and times 5 times 8. I did 5 times 8.
Remember we
Okay,
had a
so
discussion?
back up. So I'm a little confused. So what did you do here? You broke this number apart, or
Yeah.
or did you multiply by 10 to make it 35?
Where did the 3 go?
No, I took away the 3 and the 0 just to do 5 tenths times 8.
Okay, you have to explain that mathematically.
Where's the 3?
You could
We've had a talk about that.
Yeah.
A couple
I don't
ones
notice
about
35, and then you can decompose 35 into a group of 30 and a group of 5, right?
Okay.
You gotta be able to explain. If I can't understand how to write it up here, you gotta tell me. You can't. You gotta be able to explain it mathematically.
Well,
That's where you're at. So 8 groups of 5 tenths would be what?
I got 40.
40.
40,
Was 40?
No, 40 holes. Or no, 40 tenths.
40 tenths. Okay.
My what?
And then what?
Well, then I times 8 by 3.
Okay. So there's that. Okay.
And I got, what did I
3 groups of 8.
18, 16. Wait, I got something, hold up. 20, I think I got 24.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
then I added a 0 to each one. Or added the 0 back to the 8, which would, wait, hold up. Let me think for a second.
You want me to come back to you?
Yeah.
All right. Let me get another strategy while he's thinking. Aiden.
So, once again, I got the wrong answer,
Okay.
but now I know what I should have done.
Cool. It's powerful.
So, I knew that since I was multiplying it. Never mind.
You want to think about it some more? Okay. Wyatt.
I got my answer, but I know it's wrong, so I'm gonna explain how I got my next answer.
Okay.
What I did was I did the 5 times 80, and it got me to
Okay. 5 wholes or 5 tenths?
the 5 tenths times 80, which would get me to 400 tenths. So, and then I put it in as 40 holes, and then I did 3 times 80, which would get me 240. And then I added them together, which would be 280.
One more short search strategy.
Actually, there's a connection here with Marius's. Do you see it yet?